Okay, heidi ho, internet neighbors. I am back, Vormithrax, with Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Time to teach some zombies some table manners. Hopefully, we'll see. Howdy, everybody in chat. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome, first timers. Everybody is welcome. This is Puff. We are Puff, the Asthmatic Magic Dragon. And we're trying to get more magical. We haven't succeeded too much yet. We got some things to work on still. We made a lot of progress, though. So, if you weren't following along with Monday's stream, this one's a little different, and it's going kind of wacky from my original intentions, but hey, them's the cataclysms. So, I play a lot of try-hard difficulty settings, typically. Usually I play double zombies, half items, double evolution, all that kind of stuff. Just to give the game more challenge and excitement for me. So this challenge, I decided I needed to get back in touch with the vanilla game. So I went with the default settings for those options. I'm still playing Wanderspawns, still taking some crazy traits and stuff, but all the other things I set back to default. That way I can have some experience with the normal gameplay that a lot of the people who I'm trying to help on Reddit and Discord and so on, with their questions, I have a better feel for what they're experiencing in the game currently. And it's been interesting. It's been interesting. So it didn't quite go the way I planned, but we did a lab escape and we ended up with a lab or a research facility that we were underground from, and that made the escape pretty easy. But you guys have seen me escape from labs 100 times, so I wasn't too concerned about that. But item drops have been higher, of course, than I expect, but still we've had some deficits, and that's good. So yeah, this is what we've got though. We are Puff, the unwilling mutant. We did start in the lab. Here is our trait list. This is all, by the way, from Genetic Chaos. The lab we started in had not one single speck or drop of any mutagen, purifier, or anything like those items. Yeah, so it was a little weird, the lab that we got. So this is all from the Genetic Chaos. I mean, we started with a few things, but the rest of this has all been added in. Of particular note, Carnivore and Nomad. God, Nomad. Ugh, Nomad. We're managing. Nomad is causing me more grief than the Carnivore is. I was a little worried about Carnivore at first, but I know how to deal with it, and we were able to deal with it. When it first arrived, I was a little weirded out because of where we were at in the gameplay, but that's turned into not that big of a problem. I would like to go away, because it does remove my nice process I usually go through in regards to shelled nuts and MREs and all the other stuff I've been living on for the last couple of months of Cataclysm game time. But yeah, the Nomad, that kind of sucks. To have that when you're still in your prep mode of reading all your books and doing all your skill ups and getting all your gear put together, that really sucks. That slows things down by a fair amount. But we're compensating with music. We're playing our guitar, and that is just about exactly compensating for the Nomad. So it is slowing us down a good about 20% in our skilling up. What can you do, though? We got it. It's random. I can't complain too much because the Genetic Chaos and the Robust Genetics have been really, really generous. I mean, the list of other things it's handed us. It handed us full night vision really early, which is just stupid, awesome, useful. That is such a big advantage that I'll take a lot of negative mutations to pay for full night vision. But we got a whole bunch of other good ones too. We got infrared vision, which has a stupid range. I don't know if it's different now than it used to be, but I mean, this is showing me monster locations out to the limit of normal view, like 50, 60 spaces. So my night vision only goes out 12 or 15 or whatever the number is, but I'm seeing the blobs from the infrared vision out a long, long way, which makes moving around really easy. I mean, we got Quick, we got Saprivore. That list goes off the bottom, by the way. There's more down there by quite a bit. Yeah, we got Very Perceptive. It's been ratcheting up. We're now up to +2 Perception, +2 Strength. It's just all sorts of stuff. We've gotten a whole bunch of good ones. The one that's still not working right is Large Talons. That has not fired off a single time for actually doing any extra damage. It's supposed to give you a deadly unarmed attack, but it's not happening, so I'm a little unhappy about that. But Hooves has been working, and we've got Fangs, which aren't working because I've been wearing a balaclava. But if I remember to take that off, we'll also get a Fang attack. So It's been good, though. I can't complain. You'll notice on the skills, we cranked out just a boatload of skill learning on the first episode. We went 10 hours on Monday's episode, so we're on day 22, and we are just about completely maxed out on crafting skills. We've maxed when I say max effectively. You can raise these a few more on some of them, but effectively they're almost all max. So Fab 10, Cooking 9. Cooking will go up when we start into our mutagen and purifier production, so I'm not worried about that any further. We've got it as high as it needs to be. Computers is max, first aid is max, tailoring's as high as I ever needed to go. I need 1-2 more levels of mechanics, but that'll come as we start working on our vehicle. Electronics is the only one that we haven't really maxed. We do have a book that'll take us all the way up to electronics 10. I'm not sure I need electronics 10 for this character. I'm not sure I'm going to push for that right now. We may switch our focus to just getting some items that we need built and doing some more interesting stuff than just sitting in here in these nice safe lab. And after that, it's just all combat stuff that's really hard and slow to level, basically. So, yeah, we're almost completely done with that portion of the process. What I have not done is leveled up my spells. We did get a couple spells. We found a couple of books. One here in the lab, and I believe one over in the school that we raided recently. So we've got Blast, Blinding Flash. I don't know how to deal with the runes yet. Holy Blade, Cure Light Wounds, and Spiritual Armor. None of which we've leveled beyond 1, I believe, if that. Yeah, 1. So we haven't spent any time on the spells yet. They're kind of new. We don't have any spellcraft skill, so that's going to take us some time to level up as well. But we've been kind of laser focused on a few things. So that's kind of where we're at there. Here's our gear list. Nothing too fancy. It's mostly just found gear in the armory and barracks. I set this one up to do an alternate method of lab escape, and it turned out we didn't need it because of the research facility. But I went with a 6 computer skill character right from the start from character gen, and I was going to use that to escape the lab. So there's lots of ways to escape labs if you're not aware. I wanted to test one I hadn't tried in a while, and it would have worked just fine. We got everything we needed to get out. But because of the way the lab or research facility is set up with connection to the lab, it's really easy to escape. So if you get a lab underneath a research facility, it's both good and bad. It's easy to get out, but you have to deal with flaming eyes and other nasties in the research facility when you try to leave. So there you go. We have not explored hardly any of the facility. I think we've done, what did I guess, 30%? 40% of the actual above ground facility so far. First floor is where the nasties are. The second, third, fourth floors are all just low-level scientists and security guards with some rubble. So it's still, even with the new nasties they've put in the portals and the interdimensional beings and stuff, it's still way too much stuff, especially on 1.0. It's just everything you might ever need ever in the game just about is in one research facility. So it's still just too much stuff, too easy to get into. On the default settings I've got, we ran across 1 flaming eye so far. There might be 1 or 2 more lurking around that we haven't seen yet, but we've covered a good third or maybe even half of the above ground outer area where you're going to likely find one. And we've only seen a single one. So I think it's still on the Monty Hall side of things for reward versus risk. But I think it needs a little bit more tuning. That's my feeling anyway. You guys can have your own feelings. Just realize you're all wrong. You're all dead wrong. But that's okay. You can be wrong. It's okay. So yeah. So we got our scout rifle. We got guns. We got medicines. We've got tools. We've got everything. We made 1 trip out and about. Here's our map, by the way. So we're right here in the research facility in the warehouse area. We're actually set up in the lab below ground for our safe-ish area. We made a trip over here, and we raided the school, and we also checked out the campground, but did not get a free luxury RV. And then we hit those 2 towns there, got all the houses, and we managed to get a wrench, was the only tool we were missing, which was great, and that filled us in so we can get everything else done that we need to get done. So there you go. This is our mapped area. Not too much of interest on this map. Basically, at this point, I just need to finish up whatever I'm going to finish up prep-wise. I need to go find a vehicle to bring back that we can mod, and then we're going to hit the road. I need to go magic hunting, so we gotta really ratchet up the magic portion of the Puff the Asthmatic Magic Dragon. So there you go. We got a little bit more work to do here in our little base, and then we'll get moving. I think we are going to, unfortunately, have to keep exploring the research facility, but we'll do it with a better equipped dude. Make the process a little faster, I hope. I kind of settled on, in between episodes, the idea that I'm going to go with light survivor gear and see if that will allow me to be light, dodgy, and flexible enough for the martial arts, and then as we work on the magic, make sure that it doesn't impede our magic ability, because the survivor gear or magic has different requirements and components and restrictions, and it lowers your cost chances, or your cast chances, and the cost of spells increases depending on encumbrance of various body parts. So I don't want to go high, or I don't want to go standard survivor or heavy survivor for that reason. We're going to rely on our dragon skill and our magic more, preferably, than just raw damage protection. So I'm going to go with the light survivor. We may stick with it, we may not, depending on what we find out is the results. How is the magic in this? It's great. It's advancing rapidly. Co.Ag and Afternim are pounding away at it, and there's just about daily updates, fixes, additions, corrections, modifications. They usually jump into the stream when they see me on, so they'll probably be in here at some point. If you have any specific questions, feel free to ask them. I may or not be able to answer it or be paying enough attention to answer it, so hopefully they're around for you. I'm enjoying it, though. It's pretty well balanced. I mean, it's balanced most heavily in regards to weapons, gunfire. So the range spells that you get, quote-unquote, are somewhat equivalent to guns that you could find in effectiveness. So it's not just free, easy, kill everything type magic. You got to put a lot of time and effort into raising the spellcrafting skill, raising the individual spells abilities, to get them to a point where they start to feel pretty powerful. They do definitely have some advantages, like obviously curing wounds and things like that. But all that's going to take some balance and some adjustments as time goes by, and it just needs people playing it and giving feedback. So that's kind of what I'm doing. All right, let me jump in here. Boop, boop, boop. Again, hello everybody that said hello in chat. I'm not going to try to read all the names. Yeah, that was quite a few mutations. There's going to be more coming. We're mutating 2 or 3 a day. And an odd thing is, I'm not seeing mutations move forward and backward on the scale. Previous mutation-heavy runs for the regulars, they've seen me do, and I tend to get a few mutations where they go up that tree, and then they revert back down the tree, then they go back up again, and it's just a back and forth of the same couple of mutations. We've seen extremely little of that so far. It's just been adding different mutations, adding, with very little movement back and forth along a particular train or a particular family of mutations. So it's been kind of interesting. As the magic, I can't say that quickly. As the magic, I have to think about that if I'm going to try to say that. Yeah, congrats on the wrench. Yes, I was very happy when the wrench showed up. Alright. I think everybody else is in. Are there magic casting monsters? There's only been a few monsters added. I think the newest one might have what seems like or are magical abilities. That's the demon spiders. I haven't actually encountered them yet. So there's an owl bear. He's a beast. He'll rip you up if you're not fairly well prepared for him. So the owlbears are pretty fun, and then the demon spiders, I think, are the only other monsters in so far, with more coming. Alright, that's enough chitty chatter. What am I looking at here? So, what are we going to do? We're very hungry, we're tired, we're hydrated. Yeah, stats are fine. I mean, we're just hanging out in our little base here, getting our reading done mostly. How is the meat supply first? We're down to 16 chunks of meat and some fat. That'll probably be another 2 or 3 days before we run out of our meat supply, and we'll have to go get some bee meat. We got the beehive right across the way. I kind of mentioned, ridiculously, this particular map setup is super optimal for the setup that I did. Totally random, but compared to most maps where the map gen just screws me over constantly, they gave me an infinite meat supply before turning me into a carnivore. I'm doing a mutation-heavy run, and they gave me a research facility that has all of the mutation tools that are required now. There's 3 new tools that have been added to the game that you have to have in order to do mutation stuff. And they gave me a slime pit right next to me, so that I've got infinite blobs, so I can get blob globs for the mutations, or mutagens and purifiers. So yeah, it's kind of ridiculous just how well this map set itself up for me in that regard. We only had a couple of hiccups in our process, but yeah, so we're okay here. I just need to go to sleep, and we'll get the tired taken care of. I believe we're just about done with the books, like I was talking about just a minute ago. Whoops, bring this back up. All we got left is electronics, and I've got, what is that? -1, 23 minutes will get me to 8, and then we've got robots for fun and profit that'll finish me getting to level 10, if I want to push it that far. And that's the last of it. Everything else on the list that's still blue is various weaponry skills that I may or may not pursue. I don't use a lot of those in my gameplay, so I don't typically read them if I'm not ever going to use them, like submachine guns. I don't often use submachine guns, especially when I've already got my other primary pick weapons. I'll do a few levels of throwing. We'll probably do that, so if I do need to uncork any grenades, we have the option. But yeah, that's about it. So we're just about completely done with all of the crafting books. We had a ton of books after our adventures. And then we've got our magic books, the Introduction to the Divine and the Paladin's Guide to Modern Spellcasting. Yeah, I'm not learning Smite because I don't want to be a dirty animist. And we've got these two from the Technomancer line already. Now, I did encounter a problem, so we're going to have to keep track of my spell levels in my Technomancer and my other skill class. Because while it's not supposed to be allowed to, Genetic Chaos disappeared my Technomancer trait, and it took all the spells with it, and I had to relearn them. And that's not supposed to happen. Korg thought he had it fixed where it would stop doing that after my first couple of runs with the Magiclysm mod with some mutation enhancements, and it kept on taking it away. So they're not supposed to go away. Those traits, or these skill types, or the spell types, Biomancer, Technomancer, and so on, are not supposed to be modifiable. So we'll see if we can do that. Blocking the trait list. Yes, I am blocking the trait list. No trait list for you guys. Let's see. Where is the face box? There, face box. Is that better? Now you're just missing Sapivore. It's not like you can see the full list anyway. It goes longer than what they can show. I'd have to scroll it. So there you go. I'll give you a second to revel in the glory of the mutation list there. Actually, would it be better to look at this list? Yeah, that list is better. There you go. There's the list for you. Doesn't show the bad versus good on that one, but that's the entire list. We have active antennae. Look out, zombies. My antennae are active and quivering. Alright, let's move the face box back where it's supposed to be. Get over there, face box. Right there. Yeah, I don't often... Usually that position is pretty safe. But I guess it does cover up a significant portion of the mutation list. Alright, let's... Did I go post-thresh and anything yet? No, haven't been able to get any serums. We've been stymied in our mutation crafting by the discovery that we don't have a single book to give me the purifier recipe. Apparently, the book that I was going to use no longer has it. So, where is it? Arts and Science of Chemical Warfare, in the past, has had purifier and mutagen recipe. Doesn't have it anymore. No idea when that disappeared, when that adjustment was made, but I apparently do not have any way of crafting purifier. I can do mutagen and serum, I think. I know mutagen I can do. I can do some serum, but I can't do purifier. I need purifier. If I'm going to do crazy mutations, I need purifier. So we're going to have to go find another book, and there's only one or two, I believe, that you can get in the outside world that will have the purifier recipe. And that's why we're going to unfortunately have to keep looking through the research facility. There's several really book-heavy areas we're going to have to go look at. And if there's not one there, I'm going to have to go driving around looking for a damn lab. Another lab. Because it's the various research journals and such that have the highest chance. And those are all lab-specific. I can't find those anywhere else, really. So, yeah. And there's no other labs on our current map. So yeah, we're kind of playing playing games, survival games with the genetic chaos. So far, the worst it's given me is Nomad and Carnivore, but it could load me up with some really bad negative mutations that'll make my life difficult and or kill me. And I don't have a way of getting rid of them yet, so I need Purifier fast. We got everything else in place, and I thought I had it ready to go, and I was all excited because we finally got everything we needed, only to find out I don't have a recipe for it. So I was a little unhappy. Okay, what's up with the puny towns? I don't know. I got it set on 7.3. I don't know why it gave me puny towns. I mean, that town over to the southwest might be sizable. I haven't seen the nameplate yet, so we haven't seen the middle of it. So it might stretch out. Problem is access. I might have a way through right here if the forest doesn't keep blocking me or the city doesn't wrap around. I might be able to get around to it. And I can get to it from right here, but that's it. So otherwise, yeah, we got a fairly clear area. At least we got lots of ways we can go. I'm happy about that. I mean, I can go south around that road. I can go down here. We can't get through there, but yeah, we can go up and around here to the dump and out that way. We got lots and lots of options for travel. It's not like I'm stuck in a little cul-de-sac of trees and forests right up against a river. I hate those maps when they do that to me. So I'm not too unhappy about that. We'll go find something pretty quick and easy. All right, let's actually get to playing. I've been yakking for a little while now. Oh yeah, one other thing. I'm going to mention a couple of times tonight that I've changed my little sub goal thingy over underneath. Yeah, over here. Instead of sub goal, I'm trying to do some channel hardware upgrades, and Prime Day is coming up Monday, Tuesday of next week. So if anybody's got a few extra dollars in their pocket and wants to help donate to improve the channel hardware, please feel free. I got a few things on my list. Actually, I've got a command set up, so you guys will know what I'm looking at. I'm not looking for specific items yet, but there it is. That gives you some idea of what I'm trying to do. So that's the last I'll mention of it for the next 5 minutes. Then I will mention it again. Let's actually get some play going, though. So I need to... Let's get some food, and then let's go to sleep. We'll reset our hunger. I really like that fire graphic, by the way. That fire graphic is cool compared to how it used to be. I like that. That's a good upgrade. Cook the meat. Oh, we've been doing bratwurst. That's right. Lots and lots of bratwurst. I'm really surprised I haven't just turned into a giant ambulatory bratwurst. Let's just keep doing salt. I'm also happy that they reset the timer on the plank burning. Alright, so... Oh, I already had bratwurst. Crap. Alright, well, I got extra bratwurst. Less than 11 hours. Ooh. The hot bratwurst has less than the bratwurst I already made? What? How's that work? Yeah, that's okay. It's bratwurst. I'm a carnivore. I don't care about health stat. I got gamma globulin if I need a quick recovery from my less than safe dietary practices anyway. Alright, let's just go take a quick nap. Alright, everything's all buttoned up. Off to sleepy we go. I got no beer, though. I need beer from a brat. Then I need to have somebody mod in a morale bonus when you have the beer and brat combo. We need a beer and brat morale bonus that shows up on the character screen. Call it a beer brat buzz. Yeah, that's why I'm eating it. Because, let's go back to the recipe. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm too far away. Oh, and I don't have the fire going. Yeah, there it is. Right there. So yeah, it's this chunk of fat is what is creating that calorie count. So, I mean, 2 chunks of meat by itself would not generate that kind of calorie count for 10 portions. It's that huge chunk of fat and all the salt that I am pouring on my bratwurst to give me that high calorie count. So, I know it's probably not good for my health stat. We'll recover that. I know how to deal with it. But while we're a carnivore, I got a lot fewer choices than I normally have. So we've been trying to hit the old calcium and multivitamins or gummy vitamins to help out a bit. But a huge portion of my food supply I had stockpiled went non-usable as soon as that carnivore hit. Okay, let's have some water. Oops, I emptied my water jug. I did empty my water jug. Clean water. 20. Drink. And over into the gallon jug. And throw that into that plastic bottle. Alright, so now we got to make a decision. What are we going to work on? I think before I pursue more reading, I'm going to go ahead and work on getting some things built. Let's build some things. First off, I'm going to need soldering iron, which I think I have. I do. Alright, what order do I want to do this? What kind of batteries do we have? We've got 4 heavy disposable, 4 regular heavy, 2 heavy high capacity. So we're definitely going to go heavy battery. We're going to mod my soldering iron to use a heavy battery. And it'll probably be... I probably won't even go through a single one of those things. So it'll be my forever soldering iron, basically. So to do that, we're going to do battery mod. And I want a heavy battery mod, for which I need a soldering iron. So, alright, fine. Be that way, game. Soldering iron, reload. Use the ultralight. Alright, now let's do battery mod. Heavy battery mod. 48 minutes for a single heavy battery mod. Damn. Alright, I guess I don't have a choice. Heavy battery mod. Do it. Once we got that done, come here, you. Activate heavy battery mod. I don't have compatible tools. Excuse me? Oh, that's right. Unload. Soldering iron. Now activate heavy battery mod. Soldering iron. Yes. Okay, we have got it modded. Now let's go soldering iron. Reload. Let's see. I want one of these heavy disposable forever batteries. Maybe I'll use up 2,500 charges, but that's a lot of soldering. Alright, here we go. We have a soldering iron with 2,500 charges. So, for anybody new watching that isn't aware of how the battery system works, that's pretty much what you want to do. Get your batteries, stockpile your light, medium, heavy batteries, and get your electronic skill up a bit, and then just make mods so that your tools can use whichever size batteries you feel you've got the energy for. And that's basically a replacement for the old UPS system. Pretty much the exact same system, it just uses batteries instead of the UPS thing. Simpler. I don't know why people say they like it the other way. It's the same damn system. You just got different names for some things. Alright, let's see. So we got that part done. Next up, I wanted to look at Light Survivor. Light Survivor suit. We're going to need the raincoat. Do I have enough plastic for the raincoat? I got enough for 1 raincoat. But it's going to be, duct tape or plastic bag. No, that's... Yeah, that's each. So duct tape, plastic bags, and rags. I could probably get more plastic bags. I haven't really paid much attention to them. That's fine. Make a raincoat. And suit. Oops, still don't have enough. Light Survivor. What am I missing? Oh, now I need rags. That's kind of funny. I need rags. Time to deconstruct another bed. Hey there, Mary Jane. Wield our crowbar instead of our guitar. Sure, wear the guitar. Yeah, let's leave that one. That way we've got more planks for the plank pile and plenty of rags. Turn off the hauling items. Alright, so now I should have everything I need. I don't need to get that. Light Survivor Suit. Alright, so Light Survivor Suit's got 7 encumbrance, torso, arms, and legs. I can't remember the actual numbers where you get interference in regards to your spell casting. I've got a note from Korg. I'd have to look it up. It's different per body location. I think it's 5 on one of them and 10 on another, and I can't remember. But we're going to go with the Light Survivor Suit. So it'll give us a little bit of protection. We'll add something like a full fire suit underneath the Survivor Suit. And maybe one other thing. We'll kind of have to play it by ear. But that'll give us the other kinds of protections that we need. And I hope we'll keep our encumbrance low enough that we can retain some dodge ability for our combat style, our melee combat style. So, did I mark those doors with an X? I did. I marked those 2 doors with an X. That is an X, and that is dark, but also an X. The reason for that is because there is a not friendly turret in there, and I don't have EMP grenades, and I can't get a line shot on it without getting shot myself. So, I put X's on the doors just to give myself a reminder before I pop those open that there's a hostile turret on the other side. And I made the X just by using the mark fire source. So just do the construction menu, mark fire source, same as I've got right here for my fire source. But you can use those X's for kind of landmarks or warnings when you're in labs. So if you want to mark a door or an area as dangerous, then just throw a few X's down to remind yourself. Tip from your Uncle Vorm. Mini quick tip. Yeah, I might do that for mini quick tip. I could throw that into a really quick tip. It's pretty functional little strategy. I'll make a note. I got a pretty long list of pending quick tips, but I'll throw it on the list. Quick tips. Let's see. Where do I want to put you on the list? Right here, I think. Using fire source X indicator in labs for danger symbols. Alright, it's on the list. Who knows when it will get done. Yeah, I've never used the markers or anything. It's very seldom that personally, for my way of running around labs, that I would do something like this. That's why you haven't really seen me do it before, but it has its uses. I can definitely see its functionality in this regard. So it seemed appropriate just given the proximity and how I tend to forget places I'm in a lot. And I sometimes get moving a little carelessly, thinking or not remembering I haven't dealt with a particular danger. So given how close this is to where I'm hanging out, I felt that was the best option. Till we can get rid of that turret. Alright, what was I doing? I was going to make a survivor suit. Light Survivor Suit. So I was talking about the numbers. We've got the Kevlar vest. We're just going to use direct instead of using found Kevlar. We've got duct tape. We've got plenty of those parts. So yeah, I think we're good. Survivor Suit is the first main component. 4 hours and 47 minutes. This is going to be just our survivor crafting day. We're well above skill levels, so there should be pretty much 0 chance this is going to fail. Alright, let's use... I never use drop leg pouches for anything else. Let's use those first. Uh-oh. We just had a triple change on our tail. Rodent went to long, then went to stubby. So, a double. So we had a double downgrade on our tail mutation. Maybe it'll upgrade back up again to that hammer tail thing where we can actually do damage. Alright, Light Survivor Suit. Throw it on for the moment, and I'll resort the gear later. Alright, what else? Light Survivor. So, 2 filter masks. I think I have... Did I pick up a second one? I can't remember. Gas filter or PVA? I can't remember. Let's see here. Mask. And I've got cartridges. I think I've got... I don't have a single filter mask on me. Where... Oh, I do. It's in my inventory. So I've got a single filter mask here, but I haven't picked up another one, apparently. Charcoal I haven't picked up. I can make a filter mask if I have charcoal, which I haven't bothered to pick up. That's kind of funny. And again, more charcoal. Did it go back to thick? I didn't watch all the messages. Oh, it did right there. So, alright, so we, Rodent went down to long, long went down to stubby, and then stubby went up to thick. That's the kind of back and forth mutations that I was talking about. Having things move down the path and back along the path. That's exactly it. So, alright, and thick does what? We got a balance upgrade from the rodent. This one, long, thick, lizard-like, balance a bit. Also makes a serviceable whip. So is that an auto attack? I don't know if that's an auto attack. It's got to be an auto attack. I can't think of a manual way of triggering that. Cool. We'll see if we actually get a chance to use it before it disappears again. I'll take it. We got us a lizard tail instead of a rodent tail. Sounds better. I like it. Alright, back to the list. Light, survivor. So I definitely need the mask, the boots. We just need... I don't have a single pair of boots. Man, I've been deficient in my picking up of random things. We'll go grab some combat boots from the nearby barracks. Then the hood, Kevlar, leather. We'll get some of that when we take apart the combat boots too, I believe. Yeah, I was never going to wear power armor anyway. I don't mind most of the body mutations, up until freakishly huge. Freakishly huge I don't want. But most of the other body mutations are just fine. Hey there, Raphael. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Let's... how much carry capacity? I am... it's not a lot. Let's pick up a backpack here. No, let's pick up a duffel bag. Alright, let's go make a trip down to the local barracks. Grab a few necessaries. Alright, I want combat boots, please. I need a few pair of combat boots. So that takes care of the boot requirement, and then I'm getting Kevlar from the rest. Let's grab... I don't think I care about anything else there. The other combat boots I'm just going to shred for Kevlar. I was just debating grabbing another army jacket or pants, but it's to the point now where I shouldn't be replacing clothing like I was previously, so... If you're not aware, combat boots. Grab all the combat boots you see. If you have any intent on doing survivor gear or needing Kevlar, you'll see why here momentarily. Alright, I don't think there was anything else there that was going to help me. Okay, drop. Let's see, all of those and 2 out of 3 of those. That leaves me with 1 pair of combat boots to go into the pile. And we're going to butcher the rest of these. Cut up everything, please. And there is leather patches and Kevlar. So we just got 21 Kevlar plates and 21 leather patches just from chopping up combat boots from the barracks. So a couple of barracks in a lab, and you've got pretty much all the components you need, barring like the raincoats and so on, to make survivor gear. You can source pretty much everything you need to make survivor gear, material-wise, out of barracks. So you'll have to craft a raincoat from plastic if there's not one laying around on a zombie somewhere. But beyond that, I mean, you got plenty of chest rigs and drop leg ammo pouches and all that kind of stuff for the other requirements. So there we go. That should, I think, come close to making the rest of the components we need. But we also have MBR. Yeah, we've got the ceramic plate MBR vest. So let's grab that, because I'm not going to use that for anything else. So we're going to disassemble the MBR vest also. And that gets the MBR vest itself and 4 ceramic armor plates. And then we're also going to disassemble the MBR vest. And that'll give us some more Kevlar plates. That's going to be all that we need right there. Alright, now we got plenty big pile. The only thing I don't have that I wanted was Nomex. I pretty much got to kill firefighters to get the turnout gear, shred that up to get the Nomex. So I think I've seen 1 or 2 firefighters somewhere in our running around, but we'll have to accumulate that, and we'll add that to our list of materials, and I'll get the fire suit put together later, or we'll hit a fire station, one or the other. Alright, light survivor. There we go. Boots, gloves, and hood. Then the mask, I still need to get the filter mask, gas mask put together, so I need to run around and grab some charcoal. There's some in this lab, lots of places, I just never bothered to pick it up. I think there's also filter masks laying around that we may come across that I can clean up and use as well. But let's get these basic ones done. Come here, Boots. I wants you. Oh, thick tail, turn something. Ah, we got weakening. Oh, crap. Here we go. Oh, we're on the path. That's not good. Alright, so what I was worried about has now happened. I mentioned earlier when I was doing all the yakking that the genetic chaos could screw me at any time, and I do not have any purifier, and I have no ability to make purifier because the damn recipe changes. So we now have the first in the disintegration chain. You feel as though you're slowly weakening and your body heals slower. If this thing goes further down the chain, we could end up with disintegration. Oh boy. That is not good. That is one of the game killer effects right there. So that's exactly the one I was most hoping not to see show up. That puts a serious time limit crimp in our path. That means I'm not going to be able to dork around in here for a long period of time. Now, I've got some things that'll help oppose that, healing spells and things like that, but we haven't had a chance to level those up yet. So, and I don't know if they'll be able to stay ahead of the weakening chain and the disintegration if we mutate to that. So, the other hope is that it gives us the other direction. It mutates us to like regeneration, which will move us off of the disintegration chain. So we got a few options still. We're not dead, but that is a bad sign. That puts us on the path. So, and we've already got so many of the other things already taken, the chances of that being upgraded increases as we already pick up more and more of the standard mutations. So the pool of available ones shrinks, and it's more and more likely we're going to get hit with this. So, oh no, disintegration. Anybody that knows the mutation lines, and especially Chimera, knows this is the killer. The rest of them are inconveniences. This is the game ender. Yeah, the club tail is what first got my attention. So we got the club tail. Long tail ends in a heavy bony club. Does not improve your balance at all, but allows a powerful bashing attack. That's fine. That's the one I was hoping for, actually. So the lizard tail was a little bit, but this is a powerful bashing attack. And we already get lots of bonuses for bashing. So this is now going to start to get interesting as long as I don't have the same problem that the Talons had, which was it never actually happens. So we'll see if we get into a fight before it goes away. Alright, so we got our boots done. It's not going to change my process here. I still need to get this stuff done. So light survivor. Gloves next. Go ahead, gloves. We're just going to spend this whole day getting this basic gear put together. Alright, so we've got the gloves. And we'll sort that out. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I can't wear the boots and the gloves. Here I am making stuff I can't even wear because of my mutations. That's fine. We'll keep them handy for later. That way, if we mutate off of those, we can put them back on. But both of those were useless. I should still be wearing the hood, though. Don't think the antennas is going to affect the hood. Alright, so there's the hood. And is there no helmet for Light Survivor? There is no helmet. Interesting. I guess for helmet, it doesn't really matter. Well, no, it doesn't really matter because it's only head encumbrance, not eye or mouth. So I should just go with a heavy survivor helmet, basically. 2 plastic bags and 5 duct tape. We're short on the old duct tape. Hey there, duct tape. Yeah, go ahead and use my super glue. And I need some bags. Alright, unload plastic bag of, oh sure, cornbread and, oh, fruit leathers. And another fruit leathers. No bags for you. Alright, heavy survivor helmet. Can't think of a reason not to do the heavy version. Head encumbrance has no direct effect on anything. Doesn't fit, or doesn't cover the eyes or mouth. Gives my brain pan as much protection as possible. Do it! Use sinew. And just use one of the many army helmets laying around. We'll see. I don't believe there are any of the mutations that affect wearing survivor gear. It's not considered hard armor. So... oh, it does! It prevents it! Cool. Alright. I didn't think it would prevent it. So it allows the hood, but doesn't allow the helmet. Alright. That's alright. Once again, we'll just keep it on hand and use it when we mutate away from it, the body part. I just have to remember when I see one of those disappear that I can start wearing that particular gear. Okay, so we don't need that or that. Keeping those. Don't need to carry that stuff. Oh, look at that. We put a serious dent in our poor soldering iron. Okay, let's have some more bratwurst. Let's see, what next? So, let's go ahead and dump some of this other gear. So, we don't need the army jacket or the army pants anymore. This would be my typical loadout for traveling and fighting. I usually prefer to go with a single backpack. The leather version, a little tougher, harder to take damage to it, so get that thing buffed up with some extra protection. And let's not count the guitar in that list there. There we go. 18 torso, 12 on the right leg due to the holster. Sheath on the right or left, holster on the right. I'll put up with it. What's it put our dodge at? There we go. We're getting there. So we're above the base. So we're unencumbered enough to get some bonus because how lightly equipped we are. What do we get when we don't have the backpack? I have no carry capacity, really, but we can still carry some medical gear. What dropped? Oh, yeah, I need to get the Survivor utility belt put together. That'll get rid of all the tools. That puts us to 5.8. So that's my true combat setup right there. 5.8 dodge along with our bonus attacks and our dragon-style martial arts. That's what I'm really curious. We've also, while we've been just reading and training up, gained a few points of strength. Gained some perception. Haven't seen a dex increase. So, or did we get one dex? I can't remember. Yeah, we did get dexterous. So we got one dex and no intelligence yet. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now I need next. I need that filter or the gas mask, which just needs charcoal, which could be laying damn near anywhere. I've just not bothered picking it up. Hey there, Soldania. Nah, never been to Germany, unfortunately. Took German as a language way back in the I think it was the Pleistocene era when I was in high school. But beyond that, no, I unfortunately have not been to Germany. Well, except in spirit. Talons are a damage buff, not an extra attack. You sure? I thought that was... I could be remembering wrong, of course. See, it says, allows for a deadly unarmed attack. Does that not mean an extra attack? That just means it makes an unarmed attack more deadly? Because I don't think I can tell the difference. I'd have to do an actual test in a test world where I fight something hand to hand unarmed, then I mutate myself purposely to the talons, fight again, and see if there's actually a damage upgrade. Allows your unarmed attack to be deadly. Well, I'll take your word for it. I thought it was a second or a separate attack. Is there a different version of a hand upgrade that actually gives a secondary attack? It makes sense to me that it wouldn't, because it's a body part you normally fight with anyway, so getting a free attack off of it does seem a little weird. So you're probably correct in that way. And I need to take the balaclava off to have my fangs get actually be used. So we're looking at tail, hooves, and fangs as extra attacks currently. The tail and the hooves would be the most damage because they're bash and are going to get some other bonuses thrown in. Alright, well, I'm pretty happy. That is some crazy low encumbrance. I like it. The only thing I'm going to look to add, let's see if we can... what am I missing for the utility belt? Just the survivor belt. Alright. So the survivor belt, we need a sheath. And for the sheath, I just need nothing. So, let's do that. There's the sheath. Then the survivor belt. That took a long time. Whoop, whoop, very strong, went even higher. Look at that, strength 14. Urgh. I told you, this guy's turning into a Superman. I don't play Superman characters. This freaks me out. I'm not used to having these high stats. I don't know what to do with them. So we got, what did they call it? Oh, extremely strong. We bumped up to strength +4. Yeah, I don't know what to do. This is crazy man stats. I'm used to playing games where all my stats are like 6 to 8, maybe 10 is the high I ever get to. Alright, we got the belt done. Now I want the utility belt. Why do I want it? Because it incorporates all the tools into a single belt you can wear. And it's useful, and it'll hold things. The custom-built leather utility belt covered with straps and pouches contains many useful hand tools and a sheath to carry a smaller blade. Durable and carefully crafted to be comfortable. Activate to sheath draw a weapon. Yes, give me. That way I can not carry around all those separate independent tools. Come here, utility belt. Wear that bad boy. Alright, so all the tools that I had laying on the ground here or in my inventory are now gone. They are incorporated into the one survivor utility belt. All of those abilities. It's really good. If you get the option to make a utility belt, I recommend it. Just much better to have it with only a 2 encumbrance on your torso. And you get a little bit of storage out of it. You get all of the tool qualities. Plus you can fit a blade in there. So if we activate our belt... Chop a tree trunk into logs? Not right now, thanks. Use the holster. Nah, I don't want to do it for the butcher knife. I want to activate the other sheath that I've got on my body here. Then I want to take off the other sheath. Nah, we'll leave it alone, I guess. I guess I could have put the butcher knife in there and left that one the way it was. Yeah, let's leave it alone. Alright, let's leave the combat knife. Actually, no. Will it let me put a bayonet on the sniper rifle? I'm not sure if it will. Let's find out. Where is my sniper rifle? Where'd you go, sniper rifle? Yeah, really, where'd you go? I'm not wearing it. Not in my current inventory. Not where I dropped the gear. I thought I had it on me earlier. Did I not? There's the Barrett. Where'd my rifle go? There it is. What are you doing over here, scout rifle? Yes, store inventory. Alright, unload the sniper rifle. Activate the combat knife. Patch as a gun mod. Scout rifle. Alright, apparently I can. Cool. Alright, so we got the combat knife attached as a bayonet to the scout rifle. Why do I do that? Because it acts as a bayonet. It basically turns the scout rifle into a spear. I can do reach attacks with it now. So, if we roll this down here, you can see the combat knife is listed on the underbarrel. And way down further, combat knife underbarrel. Military combat knife, light and extremely sharp, could be deadly in either right hands or when attached as a bayonet. So, that, like I said, allows me to strike things like a spear at 2 spaces away. And then I can detach it if I need the combat knife for other uses. So we'll do that. That way I can get the other sheath off of my leg. So we'll drop that sheath. Then we'll activate the utility belt for the holster and put the butcher knife in there. That gets another item out of my inventory.